So, and these people obviously trust you, sister, these women with whatever issue they may be dealing with in their life. If you refer them, is that same level of trust carry over, you think? You refer them to some other organization? I mean, they reach a comfort level with you. Do they follow up on that transition?
They do, and Mayor, I think I've always said that I would not recommend to another person or place unless I trust it and had a sense of safety. And I assure the women of that. You know, sometimes like Healthy Families, that's part of Visiting Nurses or Holy Redeemer as it's called, when they have a woman that they feel would benefit coming from Josephine's Place, they will accompany the woman and we'll sit and have a discussion amongst the three of us. And then if they're, for example, if a woman is in need of therapy, mental health services, then I will give her number, etc. But it's always done in an accompanying way. And so the young woman or older woman has a sense of trust because they're being accompanied by somebody they already know.
Sister, what are the issues? I mean, without assigning them, naturally keeping confidential to the specific women who come in, but what would be the issues where they would come in and seek your advice?
Well, I think number one, they do want some education and some skills. So if we have that, then they will continue with us. If a woman is in an abusive situation, we've been fortunate during this year to be able to have a support group for women who are victims of domestic violence. And that has happened because I was given a grant and partner with the YW, who come into Josephine's Place every 2 weeks and do a support group. But so that is an issue. We have issues where women really are in need of some type of therapy. You look at many of the women that come have no other family. And so the stress level and learning how to cope with the ways of the culture is difficult. So in order to be able to be healthier, then I can suggest, or if there is a support group. We have another support group, a mother to mother, and that's what some women just need.
Do they support each other as well? Do they get to meet each other and maybe share their own story with somebody else, and is there a support structure there as well?
Absolutely. What's great is that I say to the women continually who are coming to Josephine's Place all the time, this is a place of welcome. And so if a woman come in, or a couple women, or women and their children come in, and there are some other women around, I'll say, you know, welcome. And then they begin to say who they are, where they're from. It happens very naturally and informally. So we have informal ways that this structure is there. And then we have other programs or activities in which they can really get support and learn the stories.
You talked about activities that are available to the women and programs that you either shepherd or put forward for them to join. Maybe you could talk about some of those activities.
Okay. I'd like to just begin by saying the activities and programs that happen at Josephine's Place came really out of the women saying this is what they needed or what they'd like. One of the most recent support groups that we've started is the one for mothers who have children who are autistic. We had a woman come in who have 2 children who are autistic and asked if we could have a support group. So we have that monthly, and it's facilitated by somebody who is a professional that works with parents and children. We have many English classes. In fact, we have a waiting list probably of 30 or 35 women. And I think women certainly want to learn English because of their children, but they'd like to come to Josephine's Place because it's a homier environment and they can bring their children. We have many health and nutrition programs partnered with Trinitas Hospital. We try and do the holistic growth of our women. So we have yoga once a month, and we also offer Tai Chi. Recently, I was asked if we would be a space from the Family Services of Union County for a woman who may be meeting her children to bring them back and be united with them. if we would be available and open to having such an open visitation with the social worker, the children, and the mother. So, and we've been visited and okayed by Trenton, so that's exciting. Some of the women have been interested in prayer, so we do have a half hour weekly. We also have, like today, we have sewing on Monday mornings, and then in the afternoon, I left some women who were doing crocheting, beginning crochet, and then advanced knitting and crocheting. So we really kind of have responded. And also included in that was exercises. Some of the women asked if they could come for exercise. So you might have one person, you might have 6 women who come, turn on a video, and they do exercise. So that's a good part for them.
So,
too.
Sister, are you a staff of one, or does you have a staff there?
Well, I am the full-time director, grant
Chief cook
writer,
and bottle washer?
you name it, and then I do have a full-time secretary. This year, I was able to get a mini grant to have somebody who would help me with writing grants, because that's part of my work, as well as fundraising.
And Sister, since you're catering to women, I'm sure there's children involved as well. Can they come in with their mothers, or there's something for the kids to do, especially the children?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in our new place, we have a wonderful section that is just for children. We have educational games and books, and then videos that somebody has given us. So yes, the children are welcomed with the mother. And what we're interested in doing, and we have a couple challenges every once in a while with our children, is while the mothers may be attending a program learning English, that the children are really learning how to socialize with one another. They're learning how to, they're learning space, what is their space, and to enjoy it. And they're also learning how to make choices. And in addition to that, we say, when the mothers have finished their programs, it's up to the children to clean. And that's a new concept in a lot of cases, but we feel that the children need to know that it's their place and they keep it clean, as the mothers intuitively know in the larger space. We have some events, like 2 weeks ago we had an art workshop, painting, and that was geared at the children. We had a wonderful Three Kings celebration in January where we had 52 children and 35 moms. We have a brunch for mothers, a Mother's Day the Saturday before, but then we have babysitters for the children. So that makes possible for any mother who wants to come, and the children are attended to.
Sister, if a woman comes in there with a very serious problem, serious domestic violence or criminal problem or something like that, or an alcohol problem in the family, how do you deal with the real serious issues?
Well, I listen. And then I am a social worker, part of my background is, and so I'm trying to really assess and listen to, and then to see what's needed. If it means that the person needs immediate psychiatric help, then I make a phone call for that. If they need shelter, then especially if it's a domestic violence, then I will contact the Y and contact the helpline. As in one instance, we had a very serious problem where somebody brought in another woman where it involved DIFUS. And so, as I said to the woman, I'm going to have to call DIFUS, and she certainly, that's what she wanted. And so that DIFUS acted immediately on that situation. So I feel that I'm kind of like a little bit of a bridge between women coming in, and if they have
It's like a big
problems.
confessional in the Catholic religion, right?
Yeah, well, I'm very privileged.
That's right,
you know,
exactly.
I really am. I just, I'm amazed.
In more ways than one, you're privileged in the conversation as well. Yeah.
Yes, and I'm just amazed at the honesty and the trust, you know, and I'm really amazed what comes out of it. I know that God's there with everything.